First learned about this 7 years ago. On a mission in Brazil to capture a wanted fugitive. When we got there, it tore through our unit in seconds. The target had superhuman abilities. It had the same marking you do, Cole.
It's a birthmark.
What do you mean?
He was born with it.
It's not a birthmark, Cole. It means you've been chosen.
Throughout history, different cultures all over the world reference a great tournament of champions. That dragon marking? I think it's an invitation to fight for something known. As Mortal Kombat.
These are your champions.
I'm Sonya. That's Kano.
I'm Liu Kang.
Name's Jax.
Kung Lao.
Lord Raiden.
The fate of Earth is in our hands.
No matter how many of my people you put in the ground, we will not fail. Kill them.
You fucking beauty.
Welcome back to our San Diego Pop Culture Podcast. This is episode 220, Test Your Might. Ooh. And we are your host, James Warney.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And I, Wesley Swan Swanson. Alongside us this evening, we have one of our resident DJs back in the house, Mr. Admiral Atlas. What's up, man?
What up? Hey, for this episode, I want to be referred to as Sub-Zero.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Whatever you say, Bihan.
The villain.
The contrarian fool to the very end.
Damn.
Shaking over for CJ, wherever you are at. CJ.
Shout out to CJ, dude.
The ninja. So, obviously, this week we're going to be focusing in on the brand new Mortal Kombat film that's streaming right now on HBO Max and in theaters. And our good buddy James wanted to talk about it. He's always picking like the newer films. It's a
cool.
running theme for him, and it's fun because we get to spoil stuff, but not all the time. And that'll be our disclaimer. If you're
right now,
if you're listening to this before we get to the topic at hand, if you don't want Mortal Kombat spoiled for yourself and you haven't seen it yet, maybe press pause and come back after you've watched it.
Yes. Where can these people find it?
It will
right now it's available on HBO Max until I do believe the 23rd.
Just a couple
so
days.
The next couple of days it'll be gone, but they should be able to catch it in theaters still, I believe, and drive-ins or if there's theaters available wherever you live.
Awesome. I didn't know it was going to go back to theaters, which is cool. Because sometimes, people don't really get to focus when they watch it at home, so...
Yeah, you're on your phone or whatnot, but when you're in that...
theater.
In that big room, it kind of... it's like a focal point.
Yeah.
The screen, and it's the best way to...
experience a movie,
yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
Especially this one, I feel that...
Yeah, a movie that you care about. Any movie that you care about, really, but... So let's move into our news to warm everybody up.
And now for a special news report. Brought to you I dropped the mic.
All right. So some pretty interesting news that just came out early this Monday morning. It looks like AT&T has just announced that they're going a different direction with their WarnerMedia products. It looks like they're going to be combining. There's going to be a merger between WarnerMedia and Discovery. That's what's happening right now. It's unofficial. They're moving forward with that. If it is approved, they will combine those two forces into I do believe they're saying it's going to be one big giant streaming service. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to remove HBO Max, but it looks like it's going to be anything under Warner Brothers, basically. So HBO Max, CNN, DC Comics would combine with everything that's under Discovery Plus. So that includes Travel Channel, anything that's on Discovery, HGTV, tons of stuff on that side of their platform as well. But this is going to be a huge merger. I think they're trying to do this to compete with Disney. That's what this article that I was reading from the Washington Post was going on about, basically to keep up with Disney, and this is going to be like $1 billion, a huge
sounds
merger.
huge. Sounds very, very huge. So with that merger, that also includes like rights and showing rights and who they can use as characters for whatnot.
Yeah, there will be some probably be some changes within WarnerMedia. I know the CEO of WarnerMedia, Jason Killer. I don't know too much about him, but I just know that that's his name. He actually is negotiating his exit from WarnerMedia because of the attempted merger with Disney Plus and AT&T. So he's stepping down. I don't know if he got word that they were going to fire him anyways. But I did hear also because of this, and they're getting some new like higher ups in the CEO type of area. They are going to be looking to mend some broken bridges with directors that they are no longer kind of in contact with. I don't know what that means specifically, because they weren't really specific on what directors or actors or whatnot, but it looks like they're looking to mend some broken bridges. And I know one director that has been very vocal about that is Zack Snyder. He even said that, HBO hates everything that I do, pretty much, but they still keep me around. I want to say he's probably done now, but with this going on, they may try to sweeten a deal with him to come back to do some more films. I don't know. But I thought that was pretty interesting. It's going to be a huge platform or streaming service when it does come together.
You know what? It sounds very, very huge, but it also sounds like people are trying to put aside their differences for the good of the actual, for the good of creation and for the fans, which is probably good. But do you think they're going to take the people that have been blackballed out of Hollywood in certain areas and kind of bring them back because they have more freedom now?
I could see that happening. It could go both ways, but that was a huge point on the article as well. They were talking about this big merger is definitely going to bring in more revenue for both sides. So it's definitely going to allow them to be a little more free with their creative side, and maybe just allow these directors to do what they want to do and kind of give them free reign, basically. I know that Warner Brothers is a huge stickler, or they have a reputation for being a type of company that really kind of hovers over their directors, and at least within the DC universe. But they're known for doing that kind of, you can't go over 2 hours for this movie, so cut everything down. And things like that. That's a big thing that they're known for. It
sounds like they're trying to adjust for the times where people can have the movies at their home, where they can sit down for a 3-hour movie, and come back to the movie after an hour. Rent it for 48 hours. So it sounds like it's a huge freaking deal. Question: will this include music as well, or is it just the movies?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. If it's under WarnerMedia, Right now, HBO Max doesn't have that feature for like music.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't see why not.
Right. That's a lot of stuff.
They also have to work some stuff out with like iTunes and stuff and other music streaming platforms because I'm sure they would want to have exclusive rights to those. If you wanted to listen to this music, you have to get this app to listen to it or whatever or whatnot. I'm not sure if they want to do that.
Like specifically like movie soundtracks is like, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you know, for like the Justice League or Mortal Kombat soundtrack, you know, download our app and
true. Yeah.
They pay $15 and you can listen to it for free, or basically. But I thought that was pretty big news. Like I said, it's not completely 100% done yet, but the merger has. They're trying to get it through it as they're waiting for it to be accepted by the. I'm not sure what exactly who they're waiting for to accept it, but they have to go through a couple of legal things to get it approved and everything like that. But moving on, last week I did talk about a few weeks ago. I think his name was Finn Wittrock, who's playing Guy Gardner for the Green Lantern Corp film or a series for HBO Max.
Yeah.
That they just casted an actor named Jeremy Irvine. I'm not too familiar with his work, but he is cast as Alan Scott. He is the original Green Lantern, and his role is going to take place in the 40s. I do believe the 40s. They said 40s or 50s, but so the show is going to kind of time jump, I'm assuming, from the 40s to the 80s, because that's when Guy Gardner is supposed to be the Green Lantern for Earth in the 80s. And if you're not too familiar with Alan Scott, just recently, within the last 10 years or so, DC came out with him being a gay superhero.
Okay.
So more representation for people. He's actually going to be I think, for the FBI. I think it's the FBI, but he will be working during the day as an FBI agent, and he's in the closet pretty much.
I think I've seen a post about this before.
Yeah, and he's also going to be Alan Scott, the first Green Lantern. So pretty interesting. I can't wait to hear more about this. So it looks like we're going to be seeing some of the 40s and 50s and also the 80s with Guy Gardner. So I thought that was pretty interesting to see that as well.
It's like a timepiece where it goes from the 40s and 50s into the 80s, or like he time travel.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I want to say probably the
That's
first
really
half
cool.
of the season. The first half of the season, maybe in the earlier times, like 40s or 50s. I'm not sure the exact time frame they're looking at, but I know they said around there. And then they'll probably jump to the 80s. That's where Guy Gardner is going to take place. He's supposed to be he's like a real arrogant Green Lantern, but he's really cool. He's funny. He's kind of like a dickhead. And then I'm sure at the end of the season or the series, they'll probably introduce present day, either Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that and seeing some more news on that. And then also from Warner Brothers, it looks like they are going to be doing an Injustice animated film. If you're a fan of the video game Injustice, they're doing an animated film for that. So
dang, that's
cool. I love the game.
Those cutscenes for that game is already like a movie. Like every character you play, it looks really, really cool. So that should be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That's going to be really fun. I love both the games. They're really fun. And then some more Warner Brothers news, DC news. It looks like it's Adil El Arbi and Bilal. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing those names at all, but those are the directors behind Bad Boys for Life. If you saw that, if you liked it, it looks like they've been attached to direct Batgirl for Warner Brothers. I think that's going to be going straight to HBO Max. But that will be a film. It will be canon inside of the DCEU. If you're a fan of Batgirl, it looks like that's getting some legs. I know they've been talking about that for a while to see it. But it looks like they have directors attached to it now, so that's cool. And my last bit of news, I think Wes probably has this as some of his news, but it looks like Crawl 2 is getting, or at least is in talks for or Crawl is in talks for a sequel. If you haven't seen the first one, pretty interesting film. Very fun.
You saw it?